So the subject today is how to overcome fear. How many of you have experienced one form or other form of fear in your life? Fear of death, fear of disease, fear of accident, fear of snake, fear of wild animals, any kind of fear. Bible says not only you, all the animals, whether animal, fish, everything is fearful of after the fall of man. Fear also turns us jealousy many times. You can see the story of Cain and Abel in the first chapter, it's in the beginning of Bible itself. Why Cain murdered his brother? Was he his enemy? His own brother. But he killed his own brother. Why? Because he was fearful that the love for God is more on Abel than himself. So fear also turns us a jealousy. That is number one. And if you see from beginning to end, I've been going through the many verses. I think there are hundreds of references about fear in the Holy Book. And even in our day-to-day existence, we are fearful of lot of things which we come across in our lives. When each one, God has given each one a talent. Each one. No human being is without talent. And many times what happens? You want to keep it safe. You always bury them. This is what I want to keep it safe. One person will be encouraging the other person. One person will be going after them to help an extra mile and to help them. One person may be able to sing and make others happy. And all these pastors have the gift of prayer, so they can pray for you. The deacons, all they pray for you, so that you are spiritually, the spiritual quotient is increased. And leaders like Brother Joseph and Brother Titus, they have a talent to lead, to work for the community. They work all the time for the community, so that the community comes in par with all others across. My only prayer is you continue to be there where what you are. Don't change, don't see us. You be what you are and be what you are and progress, because this is a special gift God has given to Soura people. And then if it is, it is how to overcome, that is still I have not come, how to overcome fear. The overcoming fear is the fear itself, because we have so many soldiers in our boundaries, in Chinese boundary, in Bangladesh boundary, the Nepal boundary, any bound nation that we have hundreds of soldiers who are standing because we are afraid of them and they are afraid of us too. Even in the history of Orissa, where Ashoka the Great, when he was a warrior, when he killed thousands of people, but then what he said, when he finished everything, he said he felt bad. What is these dead bodies are all about? All bodies, dead bodies here. The Kalinga war, famous war, hundreds and thousands of people have got killed, and then he says, no, war is not the answer, I will not touch. He accepts Buddhism and he becomes a peaceful man. Peace and love brings happiness, and then you are away from all kinds of fear. Even our father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi, he never took any gun or anything. He went after people in front of him saying, okay, I want my people to be freed. And with love he said, he didn't say, okay, if you don't free, I am going to shoot. Whereas, the other side was what was happening. Then one section wanted to go and fight against the British. Nelson Mandela from South Africa's the most horrendous apartheid they had, but he has won with his love for the opposition camp. He is also from a tribal background like you. And Martin Luther King, he is from Africa, moved there in the US, and then he has become liberator of the black people there. He was given Nobel Prize. When he was accepting Nobel Prize, one of the beautiful speeches he has given, I can tell in just what he said is, I'll tell you. He said, I am mindful of my people who have been shot dead, my people have been killed, my people have been kicked, my people have been ill-treated, but for the cause of love, I accept this Nobel Peace Prize, because that was one of the best speeches, and he was a pastor. For your information, Martin Luther King Jr. was also a pastor. I have the privilege of receiving one of the prestigious award for Ambassador for Peace for Martin Luther King Jr. last year in US on the 50th day of his great day speech for living the dream. We all have dreams, so living the dream. So love every creature, every human being. How it is that he is created by God. Once you understand every human being is created by God, you are not fear, because God doesn't create monsters. God creates loving people. Once you identify the godliness in every human being, whether he is an enemy, whether he is trying to attack, every human being has the love and the character of God. By loving other person, you are loving God, because the godliness in the other person you are loving. And another thing, it is very clearly mentioned in First Peter's, God has not given the spirit of fear. He has given the spirit of love. With these few words, I encourage you to see the goodness in every human being and start loving them. Then we are carefree, because we are not afraid of anything, because the other person also is like me and I love him. So he has to love, that's why in cross has two sides. One is vertical and one is horizontal. That is like you should have relationship with God, and same way you should have fellowship with your friends. And if you have anything, how God has gone after Sakai. Sakai was hiding. He said, Sakai, get down. So this is the question, this is the call to each one of us. Get down from where? The fearful sides. Get down now. I am going to help you. You are all selected for a purpose. And to be witness of love, to be witness of helping others, to be out of fear. No fear. Why do we fear anything? Because without the knowledge of your God, nothing happens. Even a hair will not fall. With this, I thank God, and I thank each one of you for your patient listening, and may God continue to bless each one of us. And in my conclusion, but consider of donating blood. That's one of the best way to show that you love we give a big shout to God. Hallelujah!
Hallelujah!
Now shout still louder.
Hallelujah!
Once more.
Hallelujah!
God bless you. Thank you.